My name is Eileen Serchiara, and I am Miss Florida USA 2026. Woo, we're gonna get emotional now. No. At just 12 years old, my father was diagnosed with cancer for the very first time. And in that moment, I remember feeling so scared and so uncertain because I didn't know what was happening and I didn't know what was gonna happen in the future. Growing up in a Latin household, going to the hospital is not something that's very common. I remember there was one nurse who would come in and gave me a sense of hope and a sense of safety in a moment that was so scary for me and for my family. That really inspired me to go into nursing. And when I was just 20 years old, I graduated nursing school. I actually landed my very first job on an oncology unit, inpatient, and for me that was very full circle because 10 years prior, my dad was the patient, I was the family member. And now we fast forward and now I'm the healthcare provider helping these families, helping these patients in one of the most difficult moments of their life. This is one of the patients that really impacted me, and this patient was about my age and suffered a tragedy, had a brain bleed, and being so young, I was just 19 years old. And seeing that family around, and they only spoke Spanish. So I was the only nursing student and nurse around that could really connect with them and speak with them in their native language. And that was the moment that I realized that this is the path and this is the correct spot where I'm supposed to be in life. As Miss USA, I want everyone to look at me and feel some sort of connection or in some way they can relate to me. That's what I essentially do as a registered nurse. I'm able to build that connection and that deep personal trust. And that's something that I want to carry as Miss USA. I want others to see me and see a piece of themselves in me. I created my campaign, Making Day Significant, in honor of my father, called MDS, or myelodysplastic syndrome leukemia. What I would want my dad to know is that something that he always said, I've always kept very close to my heart, and it's that where there's life, there's hope. And although my dad is not here anymore, I wanted to continue his legacy, and I want to be that voice for so many patients and families who are currently going the same diagnosis that my dad once had. I want to show others that the challenges that we go through in life, no matter what challenge that may be for you, does not define who you are. It's the way that we can rise above them that do. And that's the message that I want to share as the next Miss USA.